Welcome to another edition of the Mail Time Podcast. It is Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. I want to address a very disturbing thing that Friends of the IDF did yet again, which was now invoking a letter from Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir, the Chief of the General Staff of the IDF. For those who have not been following this closely, you had Board Chairman Maury Levovitz, CEO Stephen Weil, and National Director Major General in Reserve Nadav Padan. There was an 18-page report which was commissioned by FIDF's board, national board, and the findings of that report were then leaked to the Israeli outlet Ynet. I've been investigating what's going on at FIDF. JTA has been investigating, other outlets as well, E-Jewish Philanthropy. FIDF, according to their own report, allegedly did many not so kosher things. Other things that have been uncovered as well are very concerning, like sexual harassment allegations in the office, potentially double selling apartment buildings or apartments in Israel. Unclear if they paid for all of the emergency ambulances that they claim they paid for after October 7th, and spending emergency campaign funds on tampons and flip-flops and other things like that. There was a major outcry from members of the FIDF board, clearly someone on the board, or perhaps Nadav Padan, leaked this report to Ynet. There was strong condemnation. Maury Levovitz resigned as the national chairman, but still stayed on the board. And Stephen Weil resigned with a financial settlement, according to multiple sources. Nadav Padan takes over. Nadav Padan is infamous for gaslighting soldiers and basically telling soldiers on the front lines that we're missing equipment, that you have equipment, even if it's from the 1970s or 1980s, and you're essentially spoiled college students who need to grow up, and told people that there was a lot of noise being made by people trying to help soldiers, and did all sorts of things to really discourage frontline assistance to soldiers and spread a lot of misinformation. So there's a lot of misinformation being spread. That said, the bulk of the criticism was about the marketing and how things were being portrayed. FIDF just elevated this to another level by now invoking the head of the IDF in their defense. It's one thing if the chairman of a nonprofit is alleged to have misused money or gotten he had money reimbursed for a trip, whatever it might be. But that's a nonprofit. That is a U.S. nonprofit. What FIDF did here by cynically using General Zamir's letter here is to now bring into question the credibility of the very leader of the IDF. Now, I'd venture to bet, if I was a betting man, there's about a 99.9% chance that he did not actually write this letter. But nonetheless, he signed it. And instead of addressing the core issues about whether or not FIDF is being financially transparent, whether or not there's rampant sexual harassment in the office, whether or not there's a decent workplace culture, whether or not the emergency campaign funds were actually used for things that they said they were used for, all of that is basically put to the side, and FIDF is trying to figuratively use Eyal Zamir as a human shield to fend off criticism. It's deeply cynical and deeply disturbing. I want to get into this letter. It says, "Dear friends of the IDF, it is an honor to write to you for the first time in my capacity as Chief of the General Staff of the IDF. In my various previous roles, I have witnessed firsthand the profound impact you've had on the IDF and its soldiers, and I have come to deeply appreciate the depth and significance of your continued support. The IDF is the People's Army, and its mission is to safeguard the security and existence of the nation state of the Jewish people. I'll just add that the IDF is the People's Army, but you have a nonprofit in America and around the world claiming to be the only people that actually know what's going on in the army. They claim to be the only ones who actually know what the soldiers are truly missing or truly need. And instead of making it the People's Army, they're trying to make it an exclusive access required club of sorts. So, interesting contrast there. Within its ranks serve soldiers and commanders from all sectors of Israeli society, alongside members of Jewish communities worldwide who come together in pursuit of a shared goal: to defend the state of Israel, fortify its security, and secure its future as a free and strong Jewish state in our ancestral homeland. There's a typo there, General Zamir. The I should be lowercase. Now more than ever, we profoundly appreciate the importance of our partnership, your generosity, and the unwavering commitment of diaspora Jews to the future of our homeland. During Operation Rising Lion, that's when the IDF struck Iran, the IDF, in cooperation with the United States Armed Forces, acted toward a shared objective and delivered a significant blow to Iran's nuclear program. Alongside us, you, our Jewish brothers and sisters around the world, have also joined in this vital struggle for our homeland. Might I add that then Chairman Maury Levovitz sent out an email to board members saying that they provided sweet packages to people on the front lines. I'm not even sure what they defined as the front lines, but sweet packages. So let's just be clear here that FIDF is asking Eyal Zamir to write a letter endorsing their sweet packages during Operation Rising Lion. Through your actions, your support, and your voices, you have stood as a steadfast barrier against those who seek to challenge Israel's right to defend itself. Now, it's funny because people around the world were wanting to help heroes on the front lines make sure they're safe, make sure they're well equipped, make sure that they have the best chance to come home to their families. And the Ministry of Defense, which Eyal Zamir was the head of, in partnership with Friends of the IDF, tried to discourage people from helping people that were missing necessary equipment. So there's quite a lot of irony here. Your contributions are evident throughout the Army, from building new infrastructure and improving conditions for IDF soldiers to providing personal support for those serving and their families. I'll also add that the new infrastructure, there is now $1.5 billion that the United States government has pledged to helping build and rebuild bases in Israel. I'd be curious to see how FIDF accounts for that, or if they're just going to potentially put their name on a building that America paid for. I'm not sure. There's no transparency. Thanks to you, many soldiers receive assistance and the opportunity for a better future through scholarships, financial aid, and ongoing encouragement for growth and advancement. I have yet to see a single critic of soldiers receiving scholarship or financial aid. The question is just sequencing and whether that would come before missing equipment or if they need PTSD treatment immediately. It's hard to focus on scholarships when you're not sure if someone has the proper items they need in actual combat. Your commitment to giving instills IDF soldiers with a sense of purpose and meaning, reinforcing their knowledge that they are not alone and that the bond between the Israel Defense Forces and the Jewish people around the world remains unshakable and stronger than ever before. I would argue that the bond between IDF heroes and Jewish people around the world is stronger than ever before because more soldiers than ever before are not dependent on FIDF and being gaslit. They are working directly with people that want to help them because they care about them as their brothers and sisters, and they believe them. They believe when they hear that they're missing vital equipment, be it helmets, drones. ceramic plates from this century. So instead of being gaslit by FIDF, the soldiers are able to connect with people who truly care about their lives and their well-being. Your generosity is a living testament to the profound bond between us, that we are one people, united in responsibility for our shared destiny, committed to our future, and confident in the justice of our cause. On behalf of myself and the Israel Defense Forces, I extend my heartfelt appreciation for your years of dedicated work and your steadfast support for IDF soldiers and the state of Israel. We are engaged in a just war for our homeland, and many challenges still lie ahead. We will not relent until we bring our hostages home, achieve victory, and restore lasting security to our nation. I thank you for your invaluable contribution. Because of you, we will continue to stand strong and ensure the safety of the state of Israel. I look forward to our continued impactful partnership, working together for a secure and promising future for us all. With deepest respect, Eyal Zamir, Chief of the General Staff. A few questions here from Eyal Zamir's letter. If everything's so perfect and beautiful, then why did Maury Levovitz and Steve Weil resign? Why did this letter only come out after they resigned? Why did the 18-page report only get leaked to Ynet? How come no other journalists have been able to see this report? Was Nadav Padan destined to become the CEO after this coup was carried out? These are all essential questions, because when the first day that the article came out in Ynet, Eyal Zamir could have released the statement. So why now, weeks after everything came out? And why can't FIDF just say sorry? Hey, we said stuff that wasn't true. We did things that perhaps were not so clean, and we're sorry. Why are they trying to distract from the core issues? And it's deeply shameful that FIDF would drag Eyal Zamir, the Chief of the General Staff, into their alleged financial impropriety and their issues. Because now you have ardent supporters of the state of Israel and ardent lovers of the heroes in the IDF who see a letter like this from the Chief of the General Staff, and you know that a lot of it is just not true. So if you lost me, if you lost people that really care about the soldiers, what does that say about building confidence and being able to believe what you actually see written? Deeply painful to have to say those words, and it's insanely shameful that FIDF would stoop to this level. I think they really need to adjust how they see their role in the world and their interaction with IDF. It is a painful chapter, and hopefully one that is resolved quickly, with FIDF taking accountability, apologizing, and really truly bringing reform, not hiding behind Eyal Zamir.